Hey everybody, I'm AJ Finney, friend of Kelty's. We're here in beautiful Colorado. We're about to take some newbies on their first backpacking trip. And well, let's just see what they packed.
I have not been backpacking, so. Well, I have a tendency to overpack, like, if I'm being honest. So I'd probably guess it'll end up like 25, 30 pounds.
It's my lucky underwear.
I've never been backpacking before, never once. I think my backpacking gear is going to be heavy, and I think I'm going to have a lot to carry. I think my pack's going to weigh 50 pounds, 60 pounds.
I have never been backpacking before. I think my pack will weigh around 15 pounds.
There's a lot more in here than I thought there was. I don't have a reference point for how heavy a pack should be. I would say, like, let's see, how much can I lift? 15 pounds? That's probably way underneath what it should be.
All right, let's get into it. What'd you bring?
Oh man.
Come on.
Okay.
Say that, but you got. What is that?
Okay, so my dad's really paranoid. So he sent me with like some first aid stuff, and there's a tourniquet. There's also.
Hold on. Are you accident prone?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure before we go out here. Next. What else is in there? You got a little brother? All right, buddy, what do you got?
First most important.
Yeah.
TP.
Yeah. You see?
Keep the bears away.
Sunscreen. Thank you.
Okay. That'll protect you. You just said this jacket?
It's good, and I got the big one.
It's gonna be really cold.
I thought she had a lot of stuff. All right, buddy, what do you got? Solid. Flannel on flannel. I like your style. All right, now we're going to talk about some of the essentials that we're going to need if we are going to make it on this trip. First off, we've got a second pair of socks here. If your feet get wet and you don't have a dry pair of socks, you're going to be in bad shape. Got a beanie here. That's going to be important. 2 base layers for sleeping. We've also got a thermal layer here, which is good. A down layer, as well as a rain jacket in case we run into wet weather. We've got a tent here. One of the most important things you can do is not grab and go with your tent. Make sure you've got your tent body, your poles, your stakes, and your fly. We've got a sleeping bag. We've also got a nice sleeping pad. We've got a headlamp. We've got some fire starter. We've got a lighter. We've got a knife. We've got a coffee cup here and a little bit of a utensil. You can use that for eating. We've got a fuel canister. We've got a stove. This can be mistaken for a kitchen tool, but let's not mistake this. This is a poop scoop. We've also got a water filtration device here. We've got a water bottle. And most importantly here, we've got an emergency first aid kit, which, as we know after meeting our backpackers, we're probably gonna need more than once. All right, so now we've gone through the essentials of the items that you will need on this trip. We're gonna go through how to properly pack it. So here we have a Kelty Coyote 60 liter, and we wanna always make sure that we put our larger, heavier items towards the bottom. This is gonna minimize the effect on our center of gravity and keep us a little bit more comfortable when we're out on the trail. I'm gonna top load this, and I'm gonna push it all the way down, making sure that opens up all the space that I need for anything else that might be coming in. Then I'm gonna take my tent, and I'm gonna kind of follow the same procedure, pushing all the way down, making sure that we fill up as much space as possible. Then I'm gonna take my sleeping pad and I'm gonna push it down and to the back. This allows for a little bit more comfort on our spine and allows for any of these bulkier products to not be running up and down our back. Then I'm gonna take my stove, I'm gonna place this in front of that. Then, because we won't need our bear bag and rope until later on in the evening, I'm also gonna place this next to our stove. I'm gonna take our clothing and I'm gonna set this in here to the top. That way, if we need to access any of these items, we can quickly get to it. Something I always like to make sure is at the very top here is my rain jacket. That way, if we run into rain, we can quickly get to it. So after this, we've got these nice accessory pouches here. We're gonna work through all these, set them in here, and try to balance out the weights. It's extremely important that we just put our food up at the top. That way we can get to the snacks and other things that we may need to fuel up while we're working the trail. We're just gonna pull our top over, cinch up our quick straps here, lock that down, and once we're all secured, now we'll go through the process of how we seat this for your particular body. This is again the Kelty Coyote 60 liter. This bag comes standard with the Fit Pro torso adjustment. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this to our first packer, and she'll be ready to go. All right, Colleen, let's give it a shot. I got faith in you. All right, now we want to go ahead and take the waist straps, hit the buckle, and at both times go ahead and tighten that up. Does that feel pretty good on the hips? And go ahead and cinch that bag closer to you. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now we want to take the load lifters here. There you go. And then the last thing we need to do is go ahead and connect the sternum strap. Good? Feeling amazing. Like you're ready to blaze some trail. You feel good? I do. All right, how about one of these? We're ready to hit some trail.